Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another episode of Close Range Outdoors. This week's episode, we take a break from deer hunting and do something a little different as Bret and Chris go out and do some long range compound bow shooting at 200-yard shots. And then I go over my recurve traditional bow setup and what I like to do and a couple of aiming methods with a kind of a semi-instructional. Y'all check it out.
Alright, we're out here at 200 yards now. We got video of 160, but not really what I wanted, so changing the video camera directions up, doing something a little different. So we're at 200 today, and let's see if me and Bret can get it done. That wasn't that far off. I just hit that target.
Did you?
At 200 yards, I just hit that target. Second shot. Get some. Come on now. If you missed, you didn't miss much. What do you say, Chris? Well, 200 yards, bub. I'll take that right there. Second shot of the day at 200. We've been sitting at 100 for a while. We're about 90% at 100, but I'll sure take that at 200, for sure. All right. I went 1 for 3 last round. Bret went 0 for 2, but got pretty close, so we're in round 2, and hopefully we can land another one. Boom! Smoked it again. I played the wind and everything. That was awesome. That one felt weird. Not quite that far left. Just a little bit, Bret. Just a little bit. Well, it looks like I got another one on target, so let's give her a little peek. See if we can see it. Yeah, right in the old shoulder again. High shoulder, I'll take it, bub. I'll take it. High shoulder? She's a ways out there, bub. Well, once again, 1 for 3. I'll take it. 200 yards. Not too shabby. Well, fellas, hit old pork chop right in the nose. 200 yards, nose shot. Come on. Come on. He said he wanted to change his luck up. The deer wasn't having it, so he went to a smaller target and hit it. Come on now.
Alright guys, so today I just want to talk to y'all a little bit about my recurve bow setup, the way I like to shoot it, and the aiming methods that I use. So I shoot a Bear Kodiak Magnum recurve, just a one-piece bow. This bow is set up for 65-pound draw at 28 inches. So I've got a 29-inch draw, so I'm shooting about 67 to 67 and a half pounds. That's a pretty high-powered bow, so if you're just first getting in to traditional hunting, I would recommend going with a really low-powered bow. That way you can really focus on your anchor point, your aiming methods, and get it down good before you go trying to shoot a higher powered bow. So I shoot 340 spine. These are Blackout X300 340 spine arrows, 100 grain field tips. So let's talk about the aiming method that I like to use. So I've been shooting a recurve for about 2 years, a little over 2 years. The first year I shot completely instinctual. You can look up YouTube videos on the different aiming methods. So I shot instinctual for my first year, and I shot a deer and I shot a hog, and I found both the deer and the hog. I shot a lot to get as accurate as I wanted to be comfortably before I went out hunting, and even after that I wasn't satisfied with the way my groups were at 15 to 20 yards. I mean, I was making decent shots, but being a sportsman, I want my shots to be dead on, good, lethal shots every time. So I started looking into it and came across the different types of methods. The first thing that I came across was called string walking. It's a very popular method used in archery competition and shooting. And basically what string walking is most people use a leather patch. Okay, so when you knock your arrow, put your arrow on your knock. And on string walking, what you'll do is the closer you are to a target, the further you want your hands to be down the string. So if you were taking like a 5-yard shot, you would end up being way down here when you pull back, okay? Now if you were taking like a 20-yard shot, then you would go up a little bit more. And the way you would just have to practice that with your patch and get out and shoot, and then, you know, make marks on your leather patch is what they normally do on their stitches so that they know where to go down. Now the other type of method was called gap shooting. And so what gap shooting is when you aim at a target, and if the target is at 5 yards, you have to aim way below the target. Now if the target's at 50 yards, then you would aim above the target. So I practiced that a little bit too. Well, I like to be able to put my field point right on my target when I'm hunting. So string walking is really good for archery competition. The problem with string walking when hunting is if you're sitting in a stand and a deer walks out and he's at 20 yards, and you look at your patch and you get your mark and you say, okay, 20 yards right here. So you bring your patch down to 20 yards. By the time you get ready to shoot, he's still moving. Let's say now he's at 10 yards. Okay, well now I got to go back to 10 yards. And if the deer keeps moving, you have to keep doing that. And that takes up a lot of time when you're trying to hurry up and make a shot on a deer. So the type of method that I use is called a fixed crawl. What you do on a fixed crawl is, I use finger savers. So I put the finger savers just down below the knock a little bit. Now that's about my 20-yard shot right there. So the fixed crawl is basically where your fingers are going to be is fixed. You don't move it. So then this method is a mixture between string walking and gap shooting, because I keep my fingers at a fixed position. Now when I aim at about 20 yards, I can put my field point about right on the target. Okay, now if the target is at 5 yards, then I have to aim a little bit below the target. That's why it's a mixture of string walking and gap shooting. But to me, this is by far the best method for hunting, because if I'm set at 15 yards, I can make a 15-yard shot dead on. I mean, if they come into 5 yards, I aim a little low. If they go out to 20 yards, I aim a little high. Most traditional archers are not going to be taking a hunting shot over 20 yards. I mean, you want traditional archery, the closer the shot, the better. So, all right, well, let's take a couple of shots with it, and y'all check it out. All right, let's go take a look. Alright guys, so my first shot was just a little low, right below the lungs. Second shot, made an adjustment, perfect shot, double lung shot. Alright guys, so now when you're shooting traditional, it just takes a lot of practice. I mean, making the same shot over and over, repetition. Come back, make your same anchor point, get your arrow directly behind your face, looking straight down the arrow shaft, and just making perfect shots over and over and over. So the reason that I haven't done much traditional hunting is because I wanted to become a better shot with a traditional bow before I went out and tried to keep harvesting animals with it. I want to be able to make the best shot that I can and make lethal shots every time. So I've practiced this method of fixed crawl that I used quite a bit this year, and I plan on probably trying to harvest an animal either the end of this year, or if not, definitely next year, get you guys some videos of some traditional hunts. So what I like to do when I pull back is I get my eye right behind my arrow so I can look directly down my shaft. So I'll come back, get my eye on it, and make sure I'm right behind it, looking straight down my arrow shaft, so I can put the field point at 20 yards. I can put the field point right on my target. Let's take a couple more shots. Check it out. Alright, so both shots right at the bottom of the lungs. It's a good shot. I mean, it's a lethal shot. You hit the bottom of the lungs on a deer. It's always better to aim a little bit low on a deer to anticipate the drop, especially when you're shooting a traditional bow. I mean, unless you're at like 5 yards, they're gonna hear your string and drop a little bit. All right, guys. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. This is really just a real quick, just to show you guys my setup. I've had some people ask me about if I've done any traditional bow hunting, and I've told them a little about it, and they asked me questions about it, so I figured I would do just a little quick semi-instructional / my setup and what I like to do and use. This is just a real quick video, but if you guys enjoy this, y'all comment down below and let me know, and I can go a little bit more into depth on some different traditional style shooting and methods of aiming and all that. Thank y'all for watching.